as the fundamentals are now at an all-time high, and it is riding the same wave during the entire bear market considering the price. Now something looks like it is changing in the entire altcoins. An upward burst of the entire altcoins or the entire crypto market will be the most awaited moment for majority of us, right? And here IMF talks about a new system to absorb economic shocks. These new tools will be built into the monetary system, and then it acts automatically when the economy requires it. It acts fast. It implements rapidly. So how does this new system enable that? What type of different tools will be inside? We will look into that. Now, when we move further, we can actually see hostility to innovation is actually increasing, and it's becoming, one project, if it is way better than the others, the other community with the inefficient asset does provide this hostility so that they believe that they are the best even though they are not. Say for example, we actually know we face a lot of Bitcoin maxis coming out and crashing XRP even without understanding what the tech is and how it is changing the world, or what the connections are for this particular asset with the supranational organizations. Now, let's jump to the next one here. Even those fellows can actually read and understand why we stand strong with XRP and this technology, right? But still, many don't actually see this. Truth is, the entire new financial system is being built on top of the Interledger protocol and XRP ledger connecting RippleNet. So when this is happening, exchanges are being prepared to act efficiently based on the regulations to connect the digital assets, and they are using PayID to sort out the regulatory stuff, because PayID is already being used in different nations along with the banking sector. So now the crypto exchange sector will also be using it to gain that regulatory clarity. Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. If Bitcoin is going to 50,000 USD, then based on last cycle's ratio between Bitcoin and XRP and how they fluctuated, we will be at least $10 when Bitcoin hits 50,000. Now, $10 should be the minimum. It should be more in this cycle considering all the fundamental growth, because if you look in the Bitcoin area, the fundamentals considering XRP is comparatively very low, with new partnerships, new platforms coming up, and everything connected with XRP is directly connected with Interledger protocol. It's directly connected with RippleNet. So automatically we have hell lot more than that of BTC. So now that's too much of conservatism when we say $10, because many will be even not happy with that. But considering the price where we are now, and $10 is so high in short term. Now when I say short term, it's not 2 days, 2 months or so. I'm looking at least 1 to 2 years. That's the short term here, because for XRP, when you're looking at a new monetary system being implemented, you should actually give a bit more time for that. At least 2025 should be the market maturity target of RippleNet. So you should eye 2025, and then from there you should actually look further into other industries. Like, this is a news which directly doesn't have anything to do with this, but indirectly it does, because if all the payment institutions are on RippleNet, they're using blockchain, then the transfers, everything will be actually noted down, right? So if they are not doing this, this can literally happen, and that's literally happened. The CEO actually resigned because there was missing money, and that was not actually a small thing. It was 10 billion euros that was actually wiped out from its market value due to this particular incident. So a company is going down, crashing down, because this just happened, right? So if they were in a different technology, then this wouldn't have actually happened. Michael sent me this. It shows the Malaysian based payments operator Money Match is joining hands with Ripple. So when they actually come in, they are looking at bank transfers and to make it cheap. So this is directly from the Money Match. They are actually highlighting this. We at Money Match would like to serve our customers with the best interest in mind. So you are going, if you're actually providing the best for your customers, automatically you are going to expand your business more. You will get a lot of new business. Now this quote here, Ripple's advantages over Swift, is actually highlighted by Money Match founder itself. If you read this, you can understand they actually admitted that when you are sending your money to Europe, they actually used previously the systems like Swift, which is kind of the legacy system, the traditional system. But when you are using Ripple, you'll directly understand that that was kind of a waste of time, waste of money, waste of effort. So that's why when institutions like this who are actually using this technology comes out stating this, now this is not only one company coming out and stating this, right? We have a lot more of examples. Say we can actually look at Lean Pay, we can actually look at MoneyGram. Every company is coming out and stating this. If you look at even Senbi, a fintech from Korea, they actually did this in practical. Their fee was say around $5. Then they reduced that to $2 in between, like 2 weeks back when I saw it was just $1. I was surprised. So this is happening for the customers of Ripple, and they as a company is providing even better experience for their clients. So they are expanding. Now this one is actually from I'm Legion, and when I actually saw this entire article, the interesting part in this is here, the digital fiat currency. So when they are actually talking about digitization of whatever is existing, they actually talk about different countries who are actually following this. Norway, Sweden, China, Philippines, Brazil would be presented and discussed. So when you look at that, you can actually see Brazil in this. So Brazil is also looking at this. We previously saw that the company Ripple actually went there, they held business talks. Now we don't actually know what they actually talked. We don't actually know whether it's just about the partnership, whether it's about the synthetic CBDC. Those stuffs, if I say, will be speculation. But personally, what I believe is if you look at all the central bank digital assets as they are moving into this economic crisis, they're printing as much as possible to stay relevant or just to hold the economy steady. As we just saw in the IMF, they actually understand that the economy is currently having a lot of trouble and they need shock absorbers, because otherwise shock will be felt everywhere in the economy. Anyway, it's going to be felt. Those who are prepared will also feel that, but they can survive. But those who are not prepared, they won't if it goes really bad. And that's the time when you get something like this. Now, in the other side, you can also say that this can also delay the alt season, because if majority of the individuals are being taken out, if they are losing their money, they don't have money to come in, that can actually push this a bit aside, considering the retail investors. But when you're talking about institutional investors, they were actually prepared for this recession or economic depression. So they already have a lot of cash in hand. If you look at even Warren Buffett, you know that he's having all-time high in cash. He's actually waiting for something to crash and buy it at lower price. So they are actually expecting sale. So in that aspect, we are already in a sale area, and particularly for XRP, 96% sale. If you want to buy, you can buy. And if you buy, I'm gonna buy. So when we actually understood this and we move further, we can also see this when something is being implemented worldwide, which requires everywhere. Ripple can actually say this, and I'll completely agree, because previously, as you listened in this channel, Chris Larsen was talking about if you want to stop next recession, you actually need an asset which can provide you the liquidity, which will enable you to take out the dormant capitals in Nostro Vostro, which will enable you to digitize and interoperate between every different ledger. Let it be banks, let it be financial institution, let it be hedge funds or any other investment firms. So when every type of economic players are coming into one ledger, enabling that kind of interoperability, with that liquidity, this is going to be so huge. And when I say liquidity, do keep this in mind. Yes, for the huge volume payments, you'll need much more liquidity than what we have now. But looking at what Ripple, the company, is executing now, you really have to actually understand this is not actually a bad thing. Because when the CTO David Shaw states this, I think one thing that is kind of surprising to me is sort of hostility to innovation in a lot of space. So when we actually look at the entire crypto space, in this crypto sphere, you can actually understand many come against XRP. You just go and see the comment section of my video, you can see a lot of haters. They don't even though you are kind of a bit of friendly with the asset, many doesn't understand what is happening in the background, or they don't do the research. Say, even those who are positive towards this asset sometimes ask why the liquidity is so low. With this liquidity, what can you do? Now, first of all, I would like to ask, what is the meaning of liquidity? It's enabling the exchange of value in and out quickly. You can buy, you can sell instantly, and that's what you're actually looking at for liquidity. So now when Ripple, the company, is looking at low value, high frequency payments, you are happy with this. What you have now in the liquidity, you can actually manage it with. Now gradually the liquidity will increase as the market cycle changes, the alt season starts. So that time, automatically all things will come back. Say at that time with higher liquidity, Ripple, the company, will be stating like, yeah, now we have the liquidity, we are going for high value payments as well. Because currently the liquidity pool is kind of not that small, still it's big enough to handle all the low value payments, because it's coming in 3 seconds and going out. So, if you have a long queue of payments for next 100 minutes with that seconds, it's cool. There's no issue for that. Now, when we say that, do consider this is the fundamentals of both sides. When we consider the fundamental, you can split it. One is the utility side and other is speculation side or investment side. Because as investors, we actually want to see where the value lies and why that value is reasonable. And if we can value that, like we saw in yesterday's video, we had systems to value the particular blockchain. We explained that, right? And in that particular item, we saw that distributed ledger technology has highest value. And within distributed ledger technology, you can actually use one, say for example, RippleNet, which is managed by a company, Ripple. And you have a next blockchain type of technology, which is kind of organizational. Say for example, different organization will be playing in that. Say for example, XRP Ledger. As far as I understand, Zum is another company. It doesn't have to do anything directly with Ripple, even though Ripple, this one arm Xpring funded that. But now it's not only that, there are a lot of other applications going on XRP Ledger. So these are different organizations which operate on one blockchain technology. Now that is not 100% blockchain. It's something similar to blockchain, but it is different. But not everyone understands that, so we can just say it as blockchain. And when this is happening, the other side, as I told, not only the utility but the speculation and the investment side, now they are actually coming in to the regulatory clarity side. Because last time, if you remember, when the prices skyrocketed, regulators came in and pushed the brakes, and that's when we got that crash. Yeah, even though it was actually going to crash with those kind of bursts. Say for example, XRP went 1400x, so anyway, it's overpriced at that particular point. Back 3 years, it's for sure it's gonna happen. On 2018 Jan, early time, it was kind of riding the bear market. We were going to the downside. Why? Because we actually went so high, we need to correct it back. And we corrected now. And if now you're going to sell, that's up to your attitude. Because I don't actually think to sell an asset which already came down 96%. Considering crypto, when you short crypto, keep in mind it's so volatile, it can shift the wave at any particular time and you can lose money. And yeah, the same goes for buy. But if you're not with leverage, if you're buying the underlying asset and holding it, that doesn't actually matter. If it's going a bit down, it's cool because it's already 96% down. If it goes 10% from here, considering your overall portfolio, it will be just 2% down more. 96%, 8%, cool. It's okay for me. So in that aspect, now they're actually creating a new area through exchanges and regulators that when next time this bubble goes up, it will pop into, huge bubble without regulators having to step back in, because we already provided the regulatory clarity. At that time, it would be like, the tax issue. If you're profiting like this, they can come up and say, we are going to tax you 50% for whatever you gain from crypto. So that is a chance. But in the short term, investors are actually seeing this target for 50,000 Bitcoin. Now, yes, there are different opinions. A lot of people actually state like 1 million Bitcoin, 100,000 Bitcoin, 250,000 Bitcoin. That is actually possible as it went like that last cycle. So if we look at this, yes, the price of XRP is way down. We are way below 0.18. So we are way near 0.18. Considering that, for me, it's a sale. If Adidas, you knew that you're going to buy a couple of, dress, shoes and things from Adi. And you came to know that from 2 days afterwards, it's going to go on sale. So will you actually buy? If it's for you for the next 2 months, it's okay for you to wait. Anyway, you'll be waiting for a couple of days and going in to buy at the sale if you have the cognitive ability to think about that. So for me, it's the same. I know the actual value of this. Even last all-time high was like way high from here. If you're looking at that, you can get 2000% in profit if it just revisit that all-time high. So as an investor, what else are you waiting for? If you're looking for something to go down, say a 0.1, it's okay. But we had the chance. The price actually went till 0.12. So if we were buying at that area, it would be okay. But based on the charts, as we explained last time in the technical analysis, yes, we still have that probability that we are still in that channel, downward trending channel, and we may still visit 0.11, making a double bottom or even a new lower low and then push up high. But this is crypto market. If your average is now higher than 0.187, the current price, then there is nothing wrong in dollar cost averaging. Say your average is 0.3, you can still buy and reduce your average to 0.16 or 0.2, anything. If you're reducing your average, it's better. Now, yes, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a certified financial advisor. What I do in crypto is my hobby, and as you guys know, I'm a professional researcher in engineering. So I take out my skills from that side and try to put it here and provide whatever I can to help the community understand the underlying value of this asset and future potential of price for this particular asset. If you're well understanding this item, then it's cool. Otherwise, it's okay. It's up to you. You can neglect this and move on. Say, I've seen one guy stating, I bought Bitcoin. I bought pizza using Bitcoin at that time, and now he's kind of, I shouldn't be doing that. I should have actually at least held on to some of it so that I could have profited now. So that thing which you missed that time, it shouldn't be you again. You shouldn't be repeating the history with XRP, because which is the fastest, cheapest and most scalable asset as per bankers now. In yesterday's video, we showed you the document, right? So if you want to believe, you can believe. Otherwise, you can take rest for next couple of years or 5 years and then come back and look at the price and say, oh, I missed it again. Anyway, we don't want to miss it, right? The XRP community and the scientific investor family will not be missing the next profitable run, because when the price will be starting the mark up, we will be ready and analyzing both the fundamentals and the technicals day by day and updating the community that what are the possibilities, so that we will understand the odds and the probability of what is coming ahead. Guys, if you like the content, do hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do hit that subscribe button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.